Welcome everyone to the first episode of the Career Ender Show. My name is Yuri Kaminsky.
My name is Michael Crane.
Terrible.
Just keep going, you'll figure something out.
For this episode, we're going to review a movie, but we might review music at some point, theater.
I think that's a given.
Any types of media, really.
Yes.
You know, we both have a great interest in media, right?
You know, I like media.
Yeah.
Can't stop me from getting my medias.
I know what we should do. We should start with maybe listing some of our credentials.
Okay, all right.
So actually, you, Michael, I understand you have your own channel.
Yeah, I do actually. You didn't introduce me, but yeah.
I didn't introduce you?
Yeah, in the beginning you were like, I'm Yuri Kaminsky, and then, welcome to the show.
No, but you said that I'm Michael Crane.
I did?
You did say that. I looked at you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you have your own show. I mean, your own channel, YouTube channel.
That's correct, yes.
What types of things do you do on that channel?
A lot of video games, you know,
Right.
kind of making fun of stuff,
Right.
video game stuff.
Right. So you have a lot of experience with that type of media.
Yes. And you, Yuri, have a lot of experience in?
Really, today it's we're not reviewing a video game. We're reviewing a movie, but I would think with a lot of video game influence.
Yes, that is true. I like that connection.
Yes. Let me just say that this is, in fact, supposed to be a review in the truest sense of the word, meaning that we talk about whatever in depth we need to talk about. You know, like a review, meaning you should watch the movie first,
Then
and then watch this if you so care. Anyway, we should introduce the movie that we're reviewing. We should get to the point.
Hardcore Henry. Probably the greatest thing out of Russia.
Yeah, it is. It is a Russian movie. It's not entirely in Russian. I would argue it's mostly in English.
It is, yes. Actually, surprising amount.
And probably the main actor outside of the Henry is not Russian. I assume he's from some other country. Not the U.S. either, but not Russia and not the U.S. But speaking in English with a slight accent.
Yeah, it sounded somewhere. Maybe England.
What?
Well, maybe England or Australia. I couldn't tell.
It's not quite England. It's like it's some colony. It's some colonies.
Some colony.
But it is a Russian director. There's a lot of Russian names in the credits. Maybe we could even say a lot of Russision influence, like style and everything. Now.
Oh, really? Is it true? What part is?
Suka! But I was like so impressed. I looked up the guy who made it.
Oh, really?
Before he made this movie, he did make a music video that is very much in the style of this movie. But it's for a video called Bad Motherfucker. You can also check it out. It's still like neat to see kind of where this thing started. He actually said that he thought that was pretty much where it was going to end. He was going to make this video because, I mean, he was thinking like who would watch a whole movie done in this style that's all GoPro POV, you know?
That's what I was wondering. I was really wondering, is this GoPro? Was he using a GoPro?
He was, yeah.
I was really like looking at the film and wondering, how did they pull that off? Like, kind of crap.
Right.
I know, I'm really good at this.
If it's an achievement at anything, it is non-stop action.
Because like there's so much action, and it's just like constant, and it's great.
Yeah.
Every moment's great when there's heads blowing off and there's like, you know, people getting stabbed in the eye, arms breaking in half. It's really great. But then when they stop and they slow down, it's like, why? Why are you doing that right now?
Slowing it down?
Yeah, it's like slowing down. I'm like, I don't need that break. Let's keep going. I feel like it completely like stops the momentum of everything. And
Right.
And when they start like talking about the story, it was kind of like, I don't need the story.
I think there was like kind of enough like kind of good, kind of cheesy, funny dialogue, even in the kind of more
Yeah, there's a
breaks in action. Like we see the character Jimmy, he gets killed. We think that's it. All of a sudden we see him again. It's like, and then we like, is that like a twin brother or what the fuck is going on? He gets killed, and then at some point it's revealed to us they're all clones of one guy who's paralyzed. And so there's a scene in his lab where...
Can I say this?
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
funny because his name is Jimmy, and that's like, you know, a word for your wang.
Uh-huh.
And he can't use his wang.
Right. But like there's a scene in his lab where he does a kind of like musical performance.
Yes.
And where he kind of uses all of his kind of clones, kind of like saying the different lines of the musical, and then he goes from one to another.
I said to myself, this affair never will go so well.
And again, I don't know if you thought of that as kind of a quiet moment, but it was kind of a creative, at least it was kind of creative, it was funny.
See, I had the opposite reaction. I was like, why is this happening? I don't want to see this. I don't care.
You really did not think that
I
was
did
a good
not like
scene?
that scene at all. I was
Oh,
just
man.
kind of like, what is this? Like, let's just keep going.
Right. They're hitting every cliche of a video game that there is, and like he's encountering characters and they're telling him kind of instructions like,
Private, it is our duty to ensure that no harm comes to his grapple. Understood?
you know, when you first play first-person shooter, you go through a tutorial where there's some kind of like teacher that's telling you, okay, this is how you shoot. Same thing in the movie. It's like he was pretty much just telling him to shoot there, and then it's like, oh, we hear them, but we can't shoot them.
If you can hear them, but you can't shoot them, you can probably grenade them. Drop an egg down there, laddie. Forward!
It's funny. It's funny because it's so unrealistic, but like you get why it's there. It still makes sense in that world, you know, in this kind of very over-the-top world. But I think he did say, the director did say that he didn't want this to just be for video game fans, you know.
Would you tell your mother to go see this movie?
My mother, no.
I wouldn't tell mine either.
And there was one funny, like, it was a negative review, but it was something like, sure, you could watch Hardcore Henry, or you could just put on, like, what is it, GTA 4 on your TV, strap your TV to your head, and fall down a flight of stairs, you know? And I thought it was funny because it's kind of like
yeah,
true.
there are moments where it's a little disorienting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't feel it that much, honestly.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah, I was expecting to be like, oh.
Yeah. This other thing about the nonstop action is like, it could be that sometimes it gets monotonous. But I think it did a pretty good job, pretty much building it up, like having different kinds of stuff happen, like different kinds of action.
Yeah.
And I think a really incredible scene, completely over top, but just incredible how they did it, was the car scene or the motorcycle scene.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too.
That was really just over the top, but it still somehow worked.
Yeah, he like jumps off of it and he lands on the back of
Yeah.
it. When they first get to the vans, I think they blow up the first one. The second one, Jimmy drives the thing through it.
Yeah, through the van.
And I was just like, what? that was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah. There's like moments in this movie which it's not just cool, it's something that you pretty much I haven't seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
Even at the end, there's just there's all this action going on, but it's still kind of new shit. They're finding a million different ways to kill a guy, and pretty much every kill was getting a groan from you. It's so brutal.
What makes it feel that way the most is just the way that it's shot. It's shot like with a GoPro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you see GoPro footage, usually it's like in a real situation, like someone actually has it attached to their head, they're going around town.
Yeah.
And the way it is here is like when they're running around the town, you get really kind of the feeling of somebody's just doing this. Somebody's just like putting this on and they're just like filming it out in the streets out on a normal day.
Right.
So I don't know how you wrap things up.
Well, okay.
I mean, we did a pretty good run talking about everything, I think.
I hope so. This is our first show. We hope to have others,
Yeah, I mean,
and we might review other movies.
we will.
We also want to go out maybe and find some very little known movies, very maybe forgotten movies.
Forgotten. But don't forget to go see Hardcore Henry. You just saw the first episode of the Career Ender show.
There's big aspirations for the Career Ender show. I'm not sure
Extremely large.
if even you're aware of it.
I had no idea. That's why I'm here.
Of these aspirations, as far as where this shit could go.
This shit's going far.
For now, it's starting pretty small, reviewing a movie. Every now and again, maybe.
It'll be more than that.
But at least we got one done. We got one in the bag. Hopefully, I mean, I'll have to look at it.
Just put it together. Just Frankenstein.
Actually, it would have been good, like conceptually, if we did it with GoPros talking to each other. That would have been
great.
Yeah, that would.
Yes, thanks for watching and have a good night. Enjoy Hardcore Henry and
Yeah.
let's
Keep an eye out for this director. Subscribe, right? You gotta
Yes.
subscribe and like, share with your friends, you know?